Hello, welcome back. Last time I had my first real stumper. This room gave me a whole lot of trouble. I got it done though, eventually. So I'm curious about something about the structure of this. So that is a hub room. Is this going to be a puzzle room though? Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, so here's the impression that I'm getting. It's going to be a ring of hub rooms all around here. 4 puzzle rooms in the center, then a whole bunch around the outside. That seems to be the structure. I've also received some dire warnings about a room that I'll be coming up on in like 4 or 5 more. So that'll be fun when I get to it. Yeah, 4N, 4E was the room here. So once I get there, prepare for pain. Alright. I'm not there yet though. So, hi Tar Mother. Pressure plate's gonna have to be held, so hold these 2 but not this one. Why is there a mimic? There's a trapdoor gate. What? Why is there a mimic? So obviously what's going to happen here is I'll walk in, trapdoor will drop. I need... I'm going to drop this trapdoor, the mimic's going to drop its trapdoor, and then I'll be trapped in the doors. What do you expect me to do to influence... Oh, I see. That. Be disarmed when you go that far north. Got it. Okay. Weird. So I have a limit to how far north I can go with my sword. So going no farther than don't step on the flowers. But without stepping on the flowers, somehow get tar to grow. I think I see how that's going to happen. That's interesting. Okay, I gotcha. I've made this asymmetric. That is probably not good. No, I want symmetry here. So let's grow 3 times for a start. Then I'm just going to prune this a whole bunch. Something like that to start. Sounds fine. Just for something to do, I'll get rid of some of this. I should... I'm gonna have to keep this trimmed carefully. So my idea here right now is to go up the 2 sides. This can only continue to a limit. Like, I'll get about this far north before it becomes impossible to stop it from doing what I don't want it to do. Okay, so the thing is, I do really need to keep it trimmed down the south. It's fine, I can do that. So keep south clear, grow to the north. Those are my concerns right now. Gotta get rid of you, trim you down. I'm making a mess. I'd like to clean up my mess. I'm not doing a great job at it, though. Boy, 30 turns is not a lot of turns sometimes. It can feel so short. Yeah, so keeping this clean on the south is kind of a losing battle. Now, here's the problem that I see. I can only put my body on one of the 2 sides of this to prevent growth at a time. Obviously I'm going to have to be disarmed at some point. Standing up in this area to prevent tar growing somewhere so that I can keep on trimming it from down here. This doesn't look so bad. I don't like what's happened here though. I should have spent more time. Okay, so I should... Before I do that, I should do this. That's a higher priority. Yeah, see, there's just too much tar here. I cannot trim that portion. However, if I were to have... I don't think I want these both to grow up at the same time. I think I do want asymmetry, don't I? Because I'll do one side and then the other, if that makes sense. Alright, well let me just test out the concept of what I was thinking here. The best I can do it here. which is not very well. Oh, so additional problem. I have to be able to get back to that token after rearming. So the idea would be something like, not quite that, because I don't want that tar baby there, but like, if I were creating a corner like that, then I would keep a cuttable space one farther south than otherwise. Okay, oh boy. Okay, so here. Let's do a practice run. I'm going to do one side at a time. So I'm going to keep this trimmed everywhere except left side. Left side gets to grow up big. Okay. Boy, even just managing one side takes a lot of work. Maybe I can do this one-sided somehow? There we go. Okay, so that's... Oh, hey, tar babies. You could prevent some growth. I'll bet those guys are going to be important. Oh, hey, yeah. If I were to set up... Okay, new, better idea. I want to set up a situation where tar babies are stopping growth to the north rather than having to just use my disarmed body up there. Yeah, that's what I'm going to have to do. Almost certainly. Okay, well, here's the concept. Here's the concept. I trimmed that bad. Okay, so trim it better. I don't have time for this. I don't have anywhere close to time for this. Okay, so be in a better place for that. I think what I'm doing here is I'm basically proving that what I was planning to do is not going to work, which is fine. That's a useful puzzle-solving tool. So my plan was something like... I mean, that's gonna grow shut around me. I mean, like, I don't even have time to get down here, do this, and get back up there, do I? Barely. So the idea was I would stand there. Yeah, see, and I can't get to the armed token. The idea was I would stand there, and then I could reach this to cut it. Then this would grow 1, 2, still would not reach this before it reached that. Okay, so new plan. Tar babies are gonna block stuff. So, best way to set that up. I think I kind of know. If I could have... Okay, so imagine this. Bithro standing somewhere between those two columns. Tar babies all up in a row here. Empty space there. Empty space there. When tar would grow... It would make stable tar here and here, and a tar baby there. That tar baby would join its friends, but then stable tar would grow this way. Okay, so what I actually want to do is have tar babies on this pressure plate. Yeah, okay. So I want Bithro in the central 2 columns, and tar all up in the 4 outer columns on both sides, because that will work much better. So we have tar baby, tar baby, tar, 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 tar. Tar grows, stable, 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 tar baby. Tar baby, stable, 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 stable. Yeah, then that just advances tar babies on the pressure plate. This is fine if it's held momentarily. Then from down here, I kill the tar mother, and it stops growing, kill the tar babies, this clears off, and I can walk out while disarmed. Yes, okay, that's the plan, that's what I have to do. I think that's pretty clear now. So, next question, how do I create such a situation? I need 2 tar babies up here. I need 2 tar babies to my north somehow while I'm to the south, and I have a flat edge of tar on both sides there. That sounds tricky, but doable. So to create 2 tar babies in this position soonish, how will I do it? I don't know, it's tricky. Does this have to be at the same time? Well, that's kind of cool. That made 1. But they need to be up there while I'm down here. Okay, so I think... So here's an idea. What if I split off? Like an extra blob of tar over here, just in some place where I can cut it and then run away, while I keep the top edge flat and away from that extra little bit that I split off. That's what I'm thinking right now. Something like that. mow the lawn while I'm waiting for an opportunity to do what I need to do. That little bit that I'm splitting off is going to keep growing, though. That's a trick. Okay, that's fine. Ugh. Something like that, but I wish this were further out and wouldn't also grow. I wish you could just become gel for a moment. So gel switch token sure would be handy here. This is not what I need. Is it? Yeah. Don't be so sure yet. I could have positioned myself better for this, but something like... I'm still not sure I'm in a bad situation here. Let's try and make stuff happen. I don't think I have enough turns to do what I want to do. So if I had a path to the south, pre-cut for myself, I don't have time. Well, I can allow tar to grow on there as long as I can cut it afterward, so I should think a little harder about... The reason I want exactly tar babies just on here and here is that each growth, with these on the sides, will make one per side. So I'll get exactly 2 tar babies that'll refill itself as it grows to the north. That's just the ideal situation. There might be others that would also work, but that is the ideal one. Let me try a little harder to get just one little bit split off. Just trim it, keep the rest all fully under control. But I want just one little pet tar blob out here. I don't want to do that because that makes it less cuttable. That's going to grow to a bad shape unless I stand near it, which is okay. I can stand near it. It's going to affect the... Okay, I can do this. So... I don't think this is a good plan yet, but I'm getting there. I can at least try what I was talking about. So what I was thinking was something like this. Something very much like that. I think... Let me do one better by... waiting until I can step during a growth cycle. This is not it. Unless I can turn this into the right thing by doing like... No, I'm just making a big mess. But there are tar babies there. You guys are in the right place. This might still work, actually. Can I pull these out such that there are exactly 2 spooled up there? Yes, I totally can. Ah! Not like that. Okay. So we gotta trim the top of this. Hey, look at this. This is pretty good. I think this will work. If I do that, oh. If I do that, if I do that, if I do... So not quite. I want almost this. That's close to what I'm after, but it's not exactly. Can't I make you turn into a blob up there somehow? You're almost doing what I need. Okay, cut a path through the middle of you, don't mind me. This mess that I've made over here is going to stop me from doing what I want to do. Alright, well I'm getting there. Let's try that again. Let's use some different shapes. So instead of splitting off an extra tar blob, I can kill one of these if I want. That's an option, certainly. I don't need to yet. Let's make a little tar cup. Let's do this. Hey, that's extremely good. That's almost exactly what I want. And I think I might be able to turn it into exactly what I want. Let me try... What happens if I do this? It totally works. Done. I did it. This will do exactly what I desire if I can get there quick enough, which I think I can. Yes, perfect. Done. Okay. Okay, I did it. Watch. Awesome. Well, that was neat. I enjoyed that. That was a good room. Okay. That had the potential to be kind of a stumper, but it was not. I saw the pattern I needed and figured out how to do it. Cool! I don't know when I'll do the inner rooms. I guess I'll go around the outer loop first and do the inner ones last, maybe. This is just the pattern I've chosen. I can't do anything. Somebody gonna come help me? Looks like it. Hold on, let me observe before I... Okay, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4. Maximum of 4 growths. How do I kill you? With briars. How do I... Okay, drop trapdoors. Trapdoors are there. Fuses are here. Tar babies will happen. This looks like a Horde survivor room. So I need to convince a tar baby to step there, which they will just do on their own. Yeah, this is just Horde survival. Doesn't matter where Beethro stands. It does matter very much where his sword is facing. I'm gonna say... south. Let's see how that goes. Because south lets me do this. Then we got that weird little gate there. How much time do I have, I wonder? I probably don't want to wait like that. South was not the best choice. Okay, what's... I wonder how I'm supposed to use those. Well, if I'm waiting, then I might as well turn my sword instead. There we go. This feels basically right. I think I'm a little bit less efficient than I need to be, though. But this is the idea. Yeah, I'm short by actually quite a few turns. And I would die if I did that. So how many turns short am I? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So, hang on, where did I have... I mean, I had a lot of inefficiencies, sure. Here, let me watch what I did so I can count some turns. Gonna do this. So start... When I start moving... 1, 2, 3, 4 turns that I was not moving inward on the spiral. 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm counting those by, like, if I'm here I need to be moving diagonally, by north instead. So that's 8, 9, 10, 11... So I can only use 2 of those turn moves, basically. Alright, gotcha. So when I'm facing north... Let's try facing north. North is a much more obvious starting orientation than south, because that'll get me through this, and this, and this, and I'll only have to turn for that. And if I'm in a good enough place, then I can get in here without having to wait for stuff, I think. How much of a gap is there? Some. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so it's about twice as much. It's less than twice as much. It's a little bit more than, you know. Let's see, can I make this better? So that's 1 turn of inefficiency. Wasn't I only able to have 1, though? Well, now that has happened. So that's 2. I think 2 was my maximum. And don't I have to turn here? That's almost it. That's really close. But I'm facing the wrong way, and I am 2 turns too slow. Is there any fancy way I could be facing that way already and get in there? Given that these are brained monsters and I have a decent amount of space, I think that might actually be yeah. I'm not convinced it's not. Hey, look at that. It totally is. Okay, that felt right. That felt very good. Still gotta do that, which is fine. That lines up. That lines up great. I think I got it. Hey, look, I win. There we go. Okay, so real simple, just do you understand brain movement and how to handle it. Hey, I got a first place tie. Well, of course. Everybody's going to get that first place tie. Okay, so a 15-minute room and a 5-minute room. I'm only twice north. I'm not at the supposedly super nasty room yet. I'm going to dare to try another. I see hot tiles. I see a vision token that I don't really need to touch, do I? Doesn't change anything for it. Makes the tower a tiny little bit less, more transparent, because apparently my settings aren't quite as much as the vision token settings. So again, 1, 2, 3, 4 growths, and then you'll stop, and everything will die. So what's the issue? Issue is briars don't grow there, but a mud baby is safe. Okay. Is there a potion in here somewhere? No. So Bithro can't step here. This is just to have a brained path. Nobody can stab this. Ah, Bithro needs to not have a brained path to him. Okay. So to do that with mud, I'm gonna need to still be able to get out of the mud. But I need it to grow around me after 2 cycles. Okay. Neat. So mud grow around me in such a way that I can still chop my way out. This is going to be interesting, and the most optimal place to stand, of course, is covered by hot tiles. So I have to go like 1 deeper in than that. I've kind of wasted my time, yeah, okay, so like, this is already too late. I need to be encased in mud at this point, but also have a way out. So I think I'm going to want a mud baby friend to hold the way open for me. Is that true, though? So after 2 more growths, well... So I would want this, basically. I would want that to be my... something like this to be my end state. Alright, so 1 more inward on one axis than the other, and I could end up in this situation. But I need to be in this situation for a while. So my thinking was that I wanted a mud baby, like, out here, held... Say there were a mud baby right there. I would turn this way, I would turn this way, and it would move there, and 1, not block the brain's path, and 2, also kill me. One of those problems is worse than the other. No, not true. They both mean I can't solve the room. They're equally bad. Okay, so... At no point after this, after turn 60, can I ever have a brained path to me before the briar has grown. Let me just do a quick little sanity check and make sure I've parsed this room correctly. This is all just floor and mud. These are all hot tiles. The failure condition is mud baby goes there. Brained or not, it has no reason to ever step off that. It'd love to step here, but it can't in either situation. The only way to make it not try to step southwest is to stand here, then it'll just try to step west, which is into a wall instead of an ortho square, which is no better. No one can ever stand in the ortho square because there's no mimic or clone or decoy potion in here. Okay, I think I've parsed this room correctly. So, I just need to understand what to do with mud in order to encase myself for several growth cycles, specifically 3 growth cycles. So for a minimum of 3 growth cycles, I need to be encased, but also be able to chop my way out after that. This would probably benefit from me going to the editor and drawing out some mud shapes just to make sure I understand like what kind of configuration would do that. Let me spend a moment doing that instead of staring at this room. Okay, I think I've given myself a pretty good idea of it. This is the state that I want. This is stable forever, I'm fully enclosed, I have mud baby friends keeping this from growing all the way shut, I can cut my way out, and I'm not standing on a hot tile. This is one step back from there. Problem is, this is impossible to get into directly. I'm going to have to cut this 4x4 blob out to have this space clear. Then after I've done that and stood there and let it grow, I need to, after that, create a mud baby and get it into this position with my sword like that. That's going to be the tricky part. Okay, let's try and do that. Take me back to... what's the hold I'm playing called? This. That's it. It kept my location this time. Ah, because I never pressed F5 to actually test the room. I was just looking at layouts. So that's what does it. If I actually go into the room to try stuff, that's when it decides to change my location. Alright. Same person who taught me the perfect technique is going to see it applied, whoa, right here. Which way I want to face? I think I want to face this way. So I've created that. Now, I need to make a mud baby. So I want to take some time. I don't really have time. This might not actually be my corner. Let's try this. I have an idea. Let's see if it's viable at all. It's not. I don't have anywhere near enough time to chop over there. What I wanted to do was create a closer edge of mud here that wouldn't get grown over, so that I could make it... See, so here's the issue I have. While I can cut out that little pocket, sure, and let it grow around me, sure, what I don't have time to do is to go retrieve a mud baby from somewhere. I might need to cut this differently somehow. I'm not sure how that's going to be, though. So I could certainly eliminate this if I wanted. Can I somehow work with you? Like, this is not good enough as it is, right? Let's just see exactly what happens here if I do this. Okay, still have brain path to me. It's not able to grow, of course. Funny, there's a checkpoint all the way in here. And wait, here and here? But not in the what? Why are these how they are? I hope these don't mean anything. I don't think they do. I think this corner is going to be the only viable one. So, like, I can go all the way to an edge here to retrieve a mud baby, but that's too far. I don't have time to get back. That's the issue. Is there an alternate way I could do this? Let's see. This is why I wanted to cut along an edge and go to a different corner or something. Could I cut along an edge and go to the same corner? I doubt it. Seems really unlikely, because I can't even get here and back in time. No. I probably can't cut into that edge in time and even just get in there at all. No way. Not even close. Okay. Now, do I have to be in this spot on the first growth, or could I do it on the second one somehow? So I can face any of those three directions just fine. Could I go further? Feels like what I need to do is create a mud baby during... Let's see. Let's trim a little bit more and see what that does for me. You're still not a baby. How do I get you to create a mud baby from a situation like this? That's one way. I made two of them. And they kill me. So if this... No. I mean, no, I have to be standing here. What am I thinking? How do I get a mud baby? Where's that going to come from? To be standing here and create a mud baby that I can also, like, use. How much of this can I trim exactly? So I do save a turn by doing this. I need it at least that far up, but what about how far over can I go? Looks like this far at least. So does it have to be on an absolute corner? It doesn't. But if it's not... This could work. There's nothing particularly wrong with that. This could work too, that's also fine. But there's no way I can retrieve you and come back, is there? It's actually not far off. It's actually so close to working. Okay, I feel like I'm on the right track now. So, let's see. That was the absolute most I could trim, right? Let's get more aggressive. Getting that extra corner won't help me. If it would help, I could face to the west. I did not waste a turn doing that. Let's see, I could go here and trim from this side. No, just even... Here, let's avoid trimming, just even stepping back in there. That takes all the time I have. Yes, I'm enclosed, but I'm stuck. So hang on. Actually, I don't have to go as far as I was going, do I? But I tried this already and it's no good because it's not. Because the mud baby moves before growth happens. Like, it'd be perfect if I could have the mud baby there, Beethro steps up here, and it grows in here and here. He's enclosed, and this all works. So, I note that I'm in this space. Perhaps I could be here. Would that help me? I'm not sure why it would. So I'm inclined to say no. I don't think I go all the way to another corner. I think I need to do all my work in just the one corner. Let's try going in one more. Yes. Very suspiciously, that exactly works. So now that I have this much room, what can I do with it? Let's see, if I cut and grow at the same time... Doesn't work in that configuration. If you're one more to the... this way? Well, that's still obviously no good. I'm just making my problems worse. If I want to stand in that spot, that's certainly how I have to do it. When that grows, it grows like that. When that grows, it grows like that. Okay. So, let's see. So hang on, if that grows like that, and I do... I've already tried this. It just results in that. So it is suspicious that I have enough turns to get like one more inward than I strictly need to be. Alright. So there's just one very specific move I need to make to... I'm almost certain I'm trying the right action, it's just that it's real fiddly to get whatever Larry expects here, so give me a moment. I think I can just figure this out on my own. So a new idea is occurring to me. Maybe I can actually continue cutting mud while I'm in there. Let's explore that for just a bit. I tried this experimentally just a little bit. I feel like I want to trim this wall just a little bit. Come in here. So let's see about this. That's not what I want. Let's see, if I wanted that, I would want it more like this, and then... Yeah. Okay, so with that kind of cutting, watch this. So I have a cuttable surface next to me right now. It's not good enough, though. So, like, if I would cut this on turn 29, or if I'd cut this on turn 28, there's a brain path to me, and you're gonna go grow... Wait. Why didn't you come to me? Beethro's turn. Then Mudbaby's turn after everybody else is gone. Why did you not move on that turn? I don't actually understand why you chose to stay there. Is it like... The brain should have already repath mapped to me. Why would that have a delay of a turn? Anyway, so I don't know about that, but what if I do this? That does not free me. If I do it the other way, that's no better. Okay, so neither of those actually works. I wanted to land in a situation where I was somehow... Where I somehow had like a 2... So... Well, why can't I? Because I think at that point... Well, no, that's good. Okay, so then I can cut and grow on the same turn, and nothing good happens. And if I do it the other way, still nothing good happens. I'm getting closer. Feels like I'm almost on the right track. See, now this, of course, will not work, because that just doesn't have enough space to grow into. So if it's exactly like that... What's weird is I have some room to move around. I feel like I need to be, like, making a journey outward while this is going on. That didn't make any difference. That grew exactly the same as if I hadn't done that. Did I have an opportunity to trim this side, and would that have helped me somehow? Maybe. Maybe. Yeah, I sort of see what I... Okay, I'm having a vision. So instead of trimming there, what if... How did I get in this situation? Let's trim this up. Okay, so I'm here. I'll trim this up just a little bit, and then trim this. Then let's see, if I come over like... Why was this going to be better? It's not. No, there's no way this works. Like, that's just as bad as ever. That still makes a path to me, and you've stepped on the hot tile. I still would like... In all my knowledge of DROD, I don't know why the brain path map doesn't update when I stab that mud. Is it like mud cut resolution happens after brain repath mapping? So like it's mud that knows it's been cut in this spot, but it doesn't know for sure that it needs to... how it needs to restabilize? Just some weird turn sequence thingy is going on there that I don't really get. Yeah, I don't get an opportunity to make 2 moves. I can make 1 move here, and that's all I get. And there's only going to be 2 cuttable surfaces next to me at any given time. If one of them were to be able to break down into mud babies, then it would only be this far away from me. A mud baby here can never allow me to... okay, so here's the difference. So here's why this side was going to be better. Because... oh, interesting. This side was going to be better because I can cut diagonally and have the mud baby in such a place... See, I can't actually set that up. What I want is for this mud not to grow in. Because if I could cut here during a growth cycle, that would create, when there was no mud here and here, that would create a mud baby here, then this bit would grow shut, and that mud baby would hold my path open there. That'd be great. Okay, so I need to make a diagonal cut if I want to create a mud baby during a growth cycle that can also be sufficiently out of the way that stable mud can take over, because an orthogonal cut can never do that. Because it'll be away like that, and like you can't get stable mud into, you can't shove stable mud into the space between Bithro, his sword, and a mud baby if it's orthogonal. But if it's diagonal, you can, in theory, for a turn. Then, you know, he takes his sword out of this newly vulnerable space, and it's good. Okay, so how do I create that situation? Okay, so I'm not quite there yet, but a couple of interesting discoveries. If I cut to a side instead of just trying to go as deep as possible, I can pretty easily get close enough to an edge here to be able to make a mud baby from there. So that's interesting discovery number 1, and get back in my hole if I want to. Interesting discovery number 2 is with a brain, I can get that much distance on a monster if I move in a pattern like that. So I can hide in here. That's still actually not enough distance though. Let's see, what if I trimmed from the other direction? I don't think that helps me, and I don't have time. Why don't I have time? What if I just trim and don't bring a mud baby with me? Wasn't there some situation where I really wanted... Let's see, I have time to turn here, but if I turn, I trim this corner. Wasn't there some situation where I really wanted to be able to... I need to face this way. Be in here. I can't leave you there. I can't turn that way, so I'd have to kill, but I don't have time to kill and get back in here with my sword and everything. And that doesn't help me. I'd like to face south or something? So this is enough to enclose me. That's cool. But it doesn't help, does it? Oh, maybe. Hold on. Okay, so what about a hybrid solution? So if I do all of those things together, trim that like that, well, how's that ever gonna... What's that supposed to accomplish? So that's interesting. That's kind of doing what I wanted to, but not quite in the right way. So I have a thing I can trim during a growth cycle that would indeed make a mud baby. The problem is it's orthogonal from me. So can I somehow make this diagonal from me, but still have the same situation? I don't think so, because the reason that I was able to do that... Okay, so to get a diagonal 1... Well, now hang on, don't be so sure. Oh, hold on, show me how this grows. Bad. And this will be no better? No, that is better. Okay, so I just need to somehow get that to be, but I can't. There's no way that's going to happen. Right? Okay, so let's see. If I trim 3 of these, trim some of those, like I can't just have a space like this. I need this kind of overhang here. This will not do. This won't accomplish anything. So all I see is that I could. Yeah, no. I have to have a flat surface to do that. Like if I do. What does that do? Not quite what I want. This still won't be what I want. Like again, I have a too wide thingy I can trim, but it doesn't help me. Oh, but it almost did. Almost, but not quite. I can't have you a little further out. No, that's... are you sure? what does that look like? Oh! It's not right, though, is it? Is it? What happens here? No. No, no, I can't get that to grow far enough. And I can't eliminate this little bit of tar. If I could just do that, then I could stab here during a growth. I'd have a mud baby there, this would grow in there, you would hold the way open for me, and everything would be awesome. I can't do that though, can I? So once again, a lot of time has passed. I think I'm close to having something working. Close enough that I can actually experiment a little bit and feel like I'm getting somewhere. So, I've honed in on the idea that I really do need a mud baby out here somewhere holding this open. Like, there's no way I can cut the mud so that I can just get a diagonal too wide thingy away from me. I played around with the level editor and just did not see any precondition where that could happen without some kind of mud baby out here. So what I'm trying now is I'm attempting to create a situation where with brained movements I can get around one of these and get enough distance here so that I could get in there. Problem is I'm one turn off. Well, okay, I don't want to cut in there. I need that to stay. Okay, so like that's real close. I'm almost enclosed here. So let's see. What can I do to tweak this? I need the space that I open up with that in order to pull that maneuver and keep my 2 tiles of distance away from that. So I can face another way when I do this, can't I? If I were to face this way, it takes one more turn to get here though, so I don't think that'll let me get in there, right? Oh, yeah, I skipped one. Yeah, no, it's specifically that other way. Okay, well, is this enough space to work with? I'm facing kind of exactly the wrong direction, so let's see. This way will be quicker. So I don't have quite... I'm one space short of being able to get around there like that. That's why I want to go this far in. Ah, this is tricky. Facing north is no... Hold on, wait. If I don't hit the vision token... So is the key just not to hit the vision token? If I don't hit the vision token, I can maintain this facing while I do this. Kinda gross for the vision token to be a trap. But does that really help me, though? I still need a diagonal facing for that part. Okay, so... if we rotate this a bit, I need this extra step, and this bit of mud is in the way. Ah! Like there are several ways I can cut this, and they're all different from each other. Like if I try to just go around like this... Oh, hold on. Is this viable? If I go one more... No, it's one more north that I need. Can I just, like, move you... Oh, hey. Let's see, so... There we go. I waited. So that doesn't require me to have trimmed this. Okay, so I need a little bit more space there, so one more. This is super fiddly, and I kind of hope this is, like, not the solution. So one more that way. And timing is really a thing here, but if I... Okay, so I actually have a lot of time. Oh, hey, this would work. That would grow shut there. That would grow shut there. Okay. So I just need to do exactly this, but be 7 turns later. Oh, did I do it? So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now what did I do here? I went up here, I stood there. Okay, yeah, so just make those 2 moves so that I have enough room to get around here. Go all the way over here. Hey, I did it. There we go. Wow, so that room was a bit nasty. Kinda wish I hadn't one more roomed there. I think I'm good now. No, I'm not. That still grew shut in a bad way. What? After all this effort, that wasn't enough? Really? So could I do that one more farther out? Like, it doesn't grow shut around me there, it doesn't grow shut around me there, it has to be specifically in that spot, but this is too far in? Really? Okay, so after one growth... I can't really cut anything at this point, and you're not holding the door properly for me. Let's see, so I had some extra time. I did not spend some turns. So if I used those extra turns to prune something, could I change my situation? Oh boy, this is just getting ridiculous. So, alright, I see some different things I could do. Let's say I'd trim this a little bit more and cut that instead. That's already created an easier to handle situation here. Oh yeah, you're very cooperative in that arrangement. Okay, so then you'll grow a little bit differently, and maybe because of the way this is, it'll make a mud baby. Okay, so wait, 5 turns before doing that. This is silly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I went over, like, all the way over here, then did this, and then I land there on the correct turn. Yeah, so now you're going to make a mud baby there. There we go. That was overly precise. Wait, that didn't work. Yeah, you grew into stable... Oh, really? Okay, well, I have time to trim a bit more, I guess. 1, 2... 3? I don't think I have time to do that, but I think I was a bit inefficient with this. Let's see, how much time do I need here? Probably not as much as I used. Yeah, I still have plenty of extra. So I could even wait 3 turns before I do that. And if I'm waiting 3 turns, well, let's just wait 3 turns. So I go to about here. Then I can make it there. No, you're still going to grow stable mud. Really? Even if I trimmed this, yeah, no, that wouldn't change that situation. What? This is not the answer? Are you serious? Okay, so could it be as simple as just don't go in quite as deep, because that will change the mud dynamics. And I can do that now that I've gotten some practice evading a brained mud baby. I have, like, loads of extra time. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 was it? There's enough space to do all that. 8, 9, 10. 8, 9, 10. All the time and space in the world, and now you're going to make a mud baby there. Okay, I just went in too deep. There we go, now I have exits. Okay, that was silly. Okay, so I was happier, even though I got almost as stuck there. That's not true. I got kind of stuck there like I did in this room. Oh, Larry left a comment saying that there's another way to do this. I can't see MX Vladi's demo, even though I set this to show me more demos. So somebody else, supposedly there's another way to do this. Let me see if I can find a demo that does this an alternate way, and I want to check the one for the room I just did too. So how do you do it? Is it the way I did it? How did I do it? This looks about like how I did it. Yeah, I forget what the magical key was that I used, but that looks basically like what I did. Only a little bit cleaner. So would it be a less efficient one? I don't know, just pick another random one. These download slow. Or maybe the slowest one I can see. This looks different from what I did. This looks like what I attempted to do but could not make work. But somehow you got there 1 turn faster. How did you do that? So by waiting here, you faced east. Yeah, I tried this. I couldn't make this work. I was one turn short. What do you do differently? That's the exact same thing I did. You land there on that turn. This is the exact same situation I kept dead-ending in. This looks like oh wait, you changed your sword orientation there. Okay, so there was one little move you could make to make that work and get an extra turn. Interesting, because I went around that, rounded that corner, then had to kill a tar baby and then change my orientation or something? I don't know. Okay, so there's a few ways to do this. None of these were what I thought Larry was describing to me. What about this one? Is this the official way? Just, sure, Blarks 1, how you do it? Looks like that's the official way. Yep, pretty much. Okay. Alright, well, that's done. Okay, so this room was cool. It just required me to invent some new techniques, which is totally fine. That's how I get better at the game. I'm forced to do something crazy in a puzzle that I can use in a future room. Like, I knew I could get around brained monsters like that. I just didn't quite think to apply that particular technique here in that way until I'd stared at this for an hour. Okay, well, that's done. Okay, so note to future self, do not ever do one more room in this hold. If I'm at 20 minutes and I've finished 2 rooms, just call it good. It's fine. Saving them for another day. Alright, I'll see you next time. Next time I might run into the room I've heard is super nasty. That'll be fun. Alright, see you then.